Remember, gentlemen, I don't want to be disturbed for the rest of the night. If I'm interrupted, I expect there to be an emergency waiting for me. If it's anything less, I'll tell the captain that you need more disciplinary training. Do I make myself clear? Good.
There you are, love. I've been looking forward to this ever since I left the castle. I missed you terribly. Did you miss me? Don't worry. I don't plan to leave you for that long again. One time was more than enough. Next time I have a diplomatic mission, I'll bring you with me. Would you like that? I thought you might. I doubt you've had the chance to travel much. But enough about that. Let me look at you. I remember these clothes. I said I liked this color on you. And your hair. Peach blossom and cherry. You remembered my favorite scent. Did you pretty yourself up just for me? Oh, you sweet little thing. I can't think of a better sight to return to. I could just eat you up. Be good and go wait for me on the bed, love. I'm going to change into something more comfortable. The trip back went well. I was worried we might be held up by the weather, but we avoided the worst of the rain. I think the gods knew it wasn't fair to keep us apart for much longer. What do you think? I had this set aside for my first night back. If I didn't know any better, love, I'd say you were trying to butter me up. I've missed this bed almost as much as I missed you. Riding in a carriage wears you down after a while, and none of the beds in your old village were very comfortable. It's going to be at least a week until I get the knots out of my back. Actually, why don't you get them out for me, love? You do that, and I'll tell you about my trip. Oh, I nearly forgot. Did you receive my letter? Good. I was worried it might not get through before I came back. I would have sent you more, but I was there on business. I had to negotiate your leader's terms of surrender, arrange the fealty ceremony, select the guard I'd be leaving behind. Honestly, most days I'd fall asleep as soon as I got in bed. I did take the time to get acquainted with your village, though. It had a certain rustic charm to it. I expected a place so close to a major trading route to be a bit more refined, but with some work, it'll make a wonderful trading outpost. You've been very quiet, love. Are you still upset I left you behind? It was for the best. Seeing so many reminders of your old life would have made you unhappy. And like I told you in the letter, the members of your old resistance were terribly jealous when they found out how happy you were with me. I worry they might have acted rashly if they saw you. I wouldn't have let them hurt you, of course, but I would have had to punish them if they tried. You wouldn't have wanted that, right? Of course not. Besides, you would have been with me the whole time we were there, and I'm certain you would have been bored senseless by so much diplomatic talk. Not to mention... Never mind. It's nothing. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Well, if you really must know, there was an incident when I was preparing to leave. It was after I sent my last letter, so I didn't have a chance to write about it. No, don't worry. It wasn't violent. A young woman stopped my carriage as I was leaving and asked me to take her with me. said she wanted a job in the castle and that she didn't care what it was. She was desperate, the poor thing, and she didn't take it well when I turned her away. If the guards hadn't dragged her away, I think she might have thrown herself under my carriage. It may have not have been violent, but it doubtlessly would have upset you. I do wonder what became of her. The village leader assured me she'd get the help she needed, but someone that hysterical, well, you never know what might happen. Honestly, I was almost inclined to do what she asked and give her a job in the washroom. But it was the strangest thing. She said she wanted a position in the castle because I had taken someone she cared about. Letting someone with motives like that in my castle would have been asking for trouble. What did she look like? I'm not sure how to describe her. There wasn't anything particularly remarkable about her appearance. I do remember her apron, though. It was rather elaborately embroidered for a peasant. Now that I think about it, she might have mentioned someone made it for her. Why do you ask? Was she a friend of yours? That's the right answer, love. It doesn't matter if she was your friend before. I'm your only concern now. You're very skilled with your hands. My back feels much better. I might have to have you do this more often. I wonder, what else can you do with those skilled hands of yours? On top this time? You're not usually this bold, love. Did you really miss me that much? I'll allow it. Just this once. Only because I've missed you too, and because you've given me such a warm welcome. But you had better make it worth my while. What are... Guards! Guards! Don't touch me. You ungrateful viper. I should have known you were up to something. You've been too stubborn for your own good since the moment I met you. I was a fool to think a few weeks apart would change that. But not as much of a fool as you are for thinking you'd get away with this. What was your plan? Did you think you'd be able to escape before they found my corpse? Did you think you would have made it out of this castle alive? You stupid creature. I don't feel well. Let me see that dagger. Poison, of course. You clever little wretch. I told you not to touch me. I'll be fine. The wound itself isn't deep. Get the castle physician here, quickly. Tell him to bring his antidotes, and take this miserable creature out of my sight. String them up in the dungeons. I don't care if you're rough dragging them there, but I'll be personally overseeing their punishment. So don't use more force than necessary. Do I make myself clear? Good. It's a shame you had to spoil our evening, love. It really is. I hope you're prepared to face the consequences.